Alright, bet. We're in like the bottom of the frame, but like, should work.
Yeah.
We good?
Look, yeah, fuck with it. I just want to speak, like.
Alright, let's talk. So today...
Make sure I'm in the frame.
Yeah. We in the middle. Bet.
I need to take a deep breath. You start off kind of fast. And settle down,
Okay.
I loved it. Like,
I love it.
It's like I open up when I know the camera's on. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yo, guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's up? Today we're going to talk about fixing our mistakes.
Yes, sir.
You want to start off?
Yeah. So
I'll let you start off.
I was out. Typical night, Westchester, talking to a friend, a new friend, and it was going good. It was going good. She was a teacher. We were just talking. I went to pick up about a year ago, 2 years ago. My boys, we learned a lot of stuff. And what I was doing, I wasn't displaying the things that I learned. At first I was, but then I got to the second step, I guess you could say, and I didn't do it. And basically what it is that I forgot. Because I forgot this. I came in today and he was like, yo, why do you keep forgetting the same mistake? I forgot this mistake before, but the reason why I forgot it...
Well, you're not forgetting the mistake, you're not taking action. Basically, it's...
Well, if I remembered the mistake, I would have took action.
But, so it's right now it's ingrained in your subconscious, so
right.
You know that, we're human, we're scared of rejection, we're scared of things. And a lot of the times, we don't do things because we're scared of what the outcome might be. Not what the outcome actually is going to be, of what the outcome might be. So, in this instance, he was telling me, he was talking to this girl, and, he didn't try to, get her number, he didn't try to, did you get her Instagram or anything?
Yeah, I didn't close.
He didn't close.
Yeah.
So, and I've known him for almost too long now. And every time we go out, it's basically the same thing. He doesn't close. Now, that's his little, his sticking point, if you will. That's his issue when it comes to, that circumstance of his life. But that thing, that not taking action of, anything that you do, of anything that we do. So, say you would rather, go do something, but you're busy screwing with it in your mind so much so that it's mental masturbation. And you won't take action because either A, you're scared of what the outcome is going to be, or B, you just don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
And by you thinking about the outcome of, say that beautiful future with that girl or whatever.
Seriously.
That's all that goes to your mind, and then it's almost like you've already done it. It's almost like you already had it. And at that point, you don't have to do anything anymore. And that's where the issue comes in, is that, as people, I still struggle with this all the time, you still struggle with this all the time, we're scared to take full action. We're scared to 100% commit.
Right. Put ourselves out there fully.
Because of what could happen. Not what actually is going to happen. What could happen.
I like that. That's a quote, bro. That's good. That's good. I'm going to probably caption that on this video. That's nice.
I like that.
You're not scared of what's going to happen. You're scared of what might happen. That's right. That's on fucking point. You can't tell the future. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. But for some reason, when you get in situations, you think you can tell the future. And that's fucked. Because I do it. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. And it's fucked.
And it's usually because you feel like you have something to lose.
And for what? And then you got to question it. What do you... See, the thing about all this is that, we're going to talk about a lot of things, but it's like, if you don't remember it in the moment, then it's irrelevant. That's what I've learned. We talk about a lot. Dude, we know how to pick up a woman. We know how to lift weight. We know how to do all of it. But if you don't apply it to the present moment of it, then it really doesn't matter. It's like if someone teaches you how to catch a football and you're in the Super Bowl and you forget how to catch a football in the moment, guess what? You fucked up. So it didn't matter.
Example, Tom Brady.
Right. He's caught that ball millions of times, but in that moment he got scared. He got out of present. He got out of the moment and he didn't catch it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't apply it in the moment, then it's irrelevant. You might as well not even have learned it. And that's the hardest thing, man. And it's like almost like how can we for us and for them, how can we help us and then remember the things we have learned in the moment?
Okay, so there's two things. So
And learn from the
first, I think it's about remembering who you are. And I say that remember who you are thing a lot. This has like been a common theme. You must remember who you are. Because we go through so much external stimuli in life that when we lose sight of who we are, whether it be through like living through our ego or not being super true to ourselves, not doing the real things that we want to do,
right,
we lose who we actually are. And when I say remember who you are, that is your true self. That is you doing the things that make you you. I've said this in a previous video. But if you're not doing those things that make you your true self, then you are not actually you. You are just a shell of you.
right.
And number two is we must be so self-aware that we recognize it in the moment. And when we recognize it in the moment, when we're self-aware enough to recognize it in the moment, that is when things come effortlessly.
Yeah.
Because that's when you can fix things on the spot.
That's
That's
when
when you can
results
just
come.
hot fix it.
Right, right. And like, what I'm thinking of, it's like picture this. Okay, say you're a soccer player, and you go out and you approach a woman. You're really good at soccer. You put everything into soccer. You train. You go to the gym. You run 10 miles a day. You do all that for soccer. But you go to this girl and you talk to her, and in your head you're like, okay, it's time to get her number. Time to get her number. And you're bitching. You're bitching. But for what? This has nothing to do with you becoming the next Cristiano Ronaldo. This has nothing to do with that.
Or
This
the
is
first you.
Or the first, yeah. That's just an example. But yeah, it has nothing to do with you becoming successful in your craft. You're like, oh, this girl, if she rejects me, I'm not. What do you mean? You're not. No, if she rejects you, you're still gonna be the next fucking best soccer player. You're still gonna be the next soccer player. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it actually has nothing to do. For example, if I would have just said, I have one of the best physiques that I know. Like, out of everyone I know, I probably have the best physique. I am going to be a lifestyle influencer. I work all day long to create the best physique, to be the best I can be as an influencer. I work my fucking ass off to do that. If I think of that when I'm with a girl, bro, it is the most freeing thing ever. It's like, bro, I'm going to I'm going to be the biggest influencer on this planet, and I'm bitching about this girl.
Well, you don't need to
It's
think
like-
at that point.
You shouldn't be thinking, but I'm saying if you are thinking, which most people do, then think, who the
And that's
fuck
exactly
am
what
I?
I mean
Right, that's
by
what I'm saying.
remembering
I'm bringing
who
it
you
back.
are.
I'm bringing it back.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Think, okay, who the fuck am I? I'm fucking, look at my body. Look at what I have. Look what I've done in my life. So why am I bitching about this woman? What does this have to do with it?
Well,
it has nothing to do with who you are.
It's about that. But when you can do that, when you're aware enough to do that in the moment, when you're not attached to your ego, that is groundedness.
Yeah.
That's groundedness.
Because really you're just attached
Because
to your ego.
if you're just like, oh, I'm the fucking best, I'm the shit, I'm the shit, I'm the shit. You know, a lot of people that teach game and self-help tell you fake it till you make it. Believe you're the shit before you actually become the shit. You know, and that works for a bit until you get so attached to your ego that you have no idea who you are or who you were.
Right.
And then you have to go through this whole process of awakening and self-discovery in order to do that.
Right.
That's a topic for another video.
Right.
But
And then talk about how when you're so much in your ego, you end up not even taking risks because you don't want to challenge that ego.
okay,
That's what it is.
so it's funny you say that because I was literally talking to my homie about this earlier. He's telling me how he wants to join a fraternity and he wants to get a bunch of hot girls, and that's why he wants to join a fraternity. Now, and I told him, you're gonna join. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, right? Because you believe it's what you want. But later on down the line, it might not actually be what you want. But in the moment, if it's what you want right now and it's what really feels right to do, definitely go do that.
Mm.
But I told him, I said, look, just be sure that you realize at all times who you are during the process that you have to go through, even after the process, after you already become a brother in the fraternity, after you're already going through this process of just partying and just talking to a bunch of new females and new people. And I tell them, do not lose sight of who you are. Do not get so attached to the new person that you've become that you do not remember who you are. And he said, well, what do you mean? And I said, you will be so externally validated. So I told him, you will be so externally validated that you will walk around, and our friend Fareed says, walk around putting your dick on your shoulder and walking around and smacking people with it. That's not who you need to become. That's not who you should become. We've been there. Trust me, we've been there. And we'll definitely do a whole video about that, about, you know, the people we, you know, quote unquote used to be. But that is the thing I must emphasize the most, is when you are being externally validated from other people, you can't lose sight of who you really are. Because when you're externally validated, you're so boosted up that you have almost no time for introspection or no reason to be introspective, because the whole world loves you. Or it seems like the whole world loves you. But at that point, I think that's the point where self-awareness needs to come in the most, is you need to be self-aware that you don't allow yourself to reach that point.
That untouchable point, that you think you're untouchable.
Because kings crumble. All empires have crumbled in the entire world, all in history. Every single empire, the Roman Empire, the Babylonian Empire, the Macedonian Empire, everything has crumbled, everything has been destroyed.
Yeah.
And there's this little theme that I've been talking about recently, is that you must be completely destroyed in order to really learn. Whether that's you destroying your ego, destroying yourself, going through a bad breakup. It's any really negative thing that crushes your soul.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're making this video is because, you know, we're talking about fixing our mistakes, but we're also talking about how to avoid making the mistakes that we made in the first place. And that is what I would love for you all to do. And that's what I think you would love for everyone to do. I encourage you just to practice more self-awareness. Just to be you in your truest form and as your truest self. And as much as people love you, you also need to love yourself, but you also need to check yourself. That's really all I gotta say on that.
Stop thinking you're untouchable. As soon as you think you're untouchable, you stop taking risks. When you stop taking risks, that's when you become stagnant.
Yep. Done.